Hey, folks, welcome back to the channel. Here with the usual crew Randall, Nelson, Doc, and Massey's Main Entertainment, Brian. Also, as you can see, he's known as the Sleazeball Killer. So watch out for him. Anyway, we're gonna do an odd thing that Doc came up with a few weeks ago. We've been batting this around for a while, and we're gonna do top 10 or 10 sleazeball characters in movies. It could be any era, any genre. We know a sleazebag when we see one, and we're going to profile some of those, you know, characters that nobody can quite look at, but there's always something that gravitates you to them, and they're memorable roles. So we're going to go in order of Randy, Doc, Brian, and myself. Each going to do 10 through 6 around the horn, and we'll come back and give you our top 5. So, Randy, take it away, and let's hear what your 10 through 6 sleazeballs are.
All right. My number 10 is from Jurassic Park. I have Wayne Knight as Dennis Nedry, kind of the messy, snack-loving computer programmer whose greedy corporate espionage leads to the dinosaurs being released, as his actions lead to the security system being shut down. Of course, the greatest part is when he taunts a dinosaur and it doesn't go so well.
I love that. That's a great one.
That's fantastic. That's honorable. So yeah, that's a good pick for me, man.
My number 9 is from Against All Odds. I've got James Woods, who could be in several of these. He's a seedy nightclub owner and bookie named Jake Wise, who hires his so-called friend Jeff Bridges to find his girlfriend, who stabbed him, and for good reason, it looks like. And he wants to fit in with the elite, but he's really just a sleazy criminal and blackmail artist. That's my 9. Cool. My number 8, someone else might have this one, I don't know. I could have picked a couple from this movie, and it's National Lampoon's Animal House. I got Mark Metcalf as the pompous ROTC leader and member of the rival Omega Theta Pi fraternity, Douglas Niedermeyer.
Yes,
he's sadistic with the other recruits, a snitch for the dean, just an authoritarian asshole. Nice. As John Belushi said, Niedermeyer dead.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Exactly. Good one.
My number 7 from Jaws. I got Murray Hamilton as the stubborn mayor, Larry Vaughn.
Sure.
Who's more interested in keeping the beaches open than public safety, and he even lets Roy Scheider take the blame for a boy's death as he gets slapped. But yeah, he was a jerk there.
Yeah.
And my number 6 is the one I want to go back a little ways. From the 10 Commandments, I got Edward G. Robinson as Dathan, the Hebrew overseer of the governor of Goshen, with no scruples of betraying his own people and making himself rich, and all the while with a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. That may be one of the worst accents other than Kevin Costner's English accent.
I got to throw Harvey Keitel as Judas in the Last Temptation of Christ in there, too.
Yeah, that's
what an accent he had. Good stuff. I enjoyed that.
Stuff.
All right.
Right.
Doc.
There you go. Doc.
Well, I'm going to start off with a personal favorite of mine, but just because of the way he really is just a sleazeball character. It's Richard Dawson as Killian in The Running Man to start off. And setting up Schwarzenegger as the butcher of Bakersfield just to get him enticed to go on a game show to be the number 1 draw on the TV is incredible. So, scumbag, sleazeball. Richard Dawson's character is fantastic. It'll change a little here as we go. So, my number 9 is, I had to think about this one, how I was going to do it, but it's Danny Aiello as Officer Morgan in Fort Apache, the Bronx.
Oh, yeah.
That is a sleazeball cop, man. That guy's just going around killing kids. It leads to a disaster inside the whole police force. And just a scumbag character. I was trying to, lots of cop scumbags out there and sleazeballs. He's just the one I went with right now. That's my number 9. My number 8, just for the fact that I think he's a great character, Bill Paxton as portraying the spy in True Lies is just going to make my list because it's such a fantastic character as it. So, and I love Paxton anyway, but scumbag that he's driving around and pretending is a secret agent spy kind of thing, and he's got Jamie Lee Curtis sitting in his lap the whole 9 years. It's just a sleazeball character, but I love him. So
yeah.
So that's my number 8. My number 7. I got James Woods again, but I got him from Casino as Lester Diamond, as the inept friggin' pimp that's just got Sharon Stone wrapped around his finger, and he's just what a piece in this one, man. I mean, he took it eventually, but you want to talk about a sleazeball character? He had the look to go everything with it, man. He was really a sleazeball.
Good one.
So I got one more I got to give you, right? So
yes.
I'm doing it, man. Anybody who tears down companies, dismantles them, and just takes the profit, man. I got Michael Douglas as Gordon Gekko as an ultimate sleazeball, especially in Wall Street. So
that's a good one too.
Had to think about how he's going to do it. He doesn't care. He's got people doing everything wrong they should be doing just for his benefit throughout the whole movie. That's what he's all about. Yeah.
Right.
There's a corporate sleazeball, so I'm trying to give different genres here, but that's a biggie.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of him, but that's classic. Yep.
It's classic. Perfect.
Very good. All right, Brian, what do you have for us?
All right. For my top 10, starting at number 10, I've got Walter Peck from Ghostbusters, played by William Atherton. Walter Peck is that embodiment of bureaucratic arrogance, convinced that he knows better than everybody else all the time, constantly abuses his authority, always seems to have this personal score to settle with anybody that gets in his way. I put down as his sleaziest moment was ordering the Ghostbusters containment cell grid to be shut down completely. Just a total scumbag. Number 9, I'm going to go ahead and pick Christopher McDonald's Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore here. Shooter's, he's talented enough to be a champion, yet for some reason he had this overwhelming jealousy toward Happy Gilmore, and so he relentlessly goes about means to try to discredit Happy or to actually cheat his way into winning. Really kind of hit rock bottom when he secretly hires somebody to try to run Happy and his grandmother over. I think maybe that might be the end of it right there. Number 8 for me, this is one kind of the last minute that I ran across, and I said, oh my God, I couldn't believe I didn't get it in there. I've got Doug Hutchinson's Percy Wetmore from The Green Mile. Maybe not so much. Maybe not even sleazeball as much as pure evil at times. He's kind of this embodiment of petty cruelty, kind of backed by privilege because he's related to the governor of the state. He's constantly belligerent toward the prisoners, and he's abusive, and he just constantly is shirking himself against authority, even that of his bosses within the Green Mile. Just the electrocution scene alone would put him at the top of a lot of people's scumbags, I think. So he definitely had to make my list. Number 7 for me, I've got Martin Cove's John Kreese from The Karate Kid. Kreese is obviously turns karate into this vehicle for bullying and domination, and rather than teaching the sport being about discipline, he teaches the students that mercy is for the weak and that winning justifies any tactic at all times. Attempting to choke his own students, probably the sleaziest moment there. Johnny Lawrence in the parking lot after he lost the tournament for refusing to
sweep the leg.
Be cruel to Daniel. So number 6 for me to kind of wrap out this top half, I've got Stephen Lang's Ike Clanton from Tombstone. Just what a total shitbag that guy was. Every time he acted all tough all the time, and then he would turn immediately coward as soon as he faced any type of tough man. He always hid behind the Cowboys, and he threatened people a lot, and he was a major drunkard. But whenever the shit hit the fan, he seemed to always run for the hills at any time. So that scene in the gunfight at the OK Corral where he's begging for his life. And then later on in that same scene, trying to find a gun to wildly shoot at people, from a position where he couldn't be shot back at. I just thought that was pretty sleazy, so I had to put that in there as well. So
good stuff. Yeah, I like
good
that.
stuff. Is right.
All right. Number 10, I have a match with Doc. James Woods, Lester Diamond in Casino. He made my
Right on.
just I like your description of in a pimp. That was pretty funny. But he's just a total loser. He's slimy. Woods always looks slimy in a lot of these roles. A weasel, seedy, whatever adjective you want to give to him. James Woods can pull it off. But and he's always begging money, I guess, off of Sharon.
Sharon, he's got a rap, man.
He's terrible. Number 9, I've got Emmett Walsh from Blood Simple as Lauren Visser, the private eye, a real slime-ball, no scruples. He's He's trying to investigate the murder there and set everything up. He's just a complete scum, is the best word for him. Number 8, I've got Dennis Hopper as Frank Booth in A Blue Velvet from 1986, the David Lynch classic. A psychotic gangster, kinky. He's into the S&M. He's got Isabella Rossellini all bruised up and stuff. Just a horrible human being. Frank Booth at number 8. Dennis Hopper, one of his great performances, by the way, with the gin and stuff like that. I remember he's going around with the mask. Number 7, Gary Oldman in True Romance as Drexel.
For sure. Good call.
He's a pimp again, whacked out character, and Christian Slater rather comes to his little hangout, and he says, "What do you think this is, White Boy Day?" I mean, he's like talking all this jive and stuff. It's just outstanding. Great performance by Gary Oldman, as usual. And my number 6, this guy really gave me the creeps. Stanley Tucci in The Love Bones as George Harvey, the next door neighbor who's pure evil. He actually hunts down this young girl in the same development, builds like a trap he's a carpenter, and he builds this trap area underneath the field out there and just torments the shit out of her. Just horrible stuff, and definitely falls into the sleazeball category. So there we go. That's our top half. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty, the big 5, so to speak. Randy, what do you have?
Well, I got a couple matches on my top 5 here. Because my number 5 is from Blood Simple, Emmett Walsh. Like you said, if you double cross anyone,
Totally.
The way he talks just kind of exudes an unsavory character. So that's, he was the best. He also has one of the best shots of a death scene when the camera's up at the sink. It was just. My number 4 is, I'm thinking somebody else might have this. I don't know. From Die Hard, I got Hart Bochner as Harry Ellis, the cocaine-addled co-worker of Bonnie Bedelia character. Ex-wife of Bruce Willis as John McCain, who's attempting to save the hostages, but Ellis is willing to betray this info to make a deal with the terrorists, which doesn't go well. He was even hitting on Bonnie Bedelia.
Not only I was scumbag, being pregnant and everything.
My number 3 is another match here. I got Doug Hutchison as Percy Westmore, the sadistic prison guard. Of course, the stepping on the mouse, just even his fellow guards can't stand him. So. All right, my number 2, from Fargo, I've got William Macy as Jerry Lundegaard, bumbling car salesman. His plan to have his own wife kidnapped goes awry. He's such a despicable character as we see him like practicing his grief before he telephones the police. And then trying to comfort his own son when he knows everything is his fault. But he's just an unsavory character, worthless. Probably worse than the guys that actually do the deed, almost. Yeah. And my number 1 from Miller's Crossing, I got John Turturro as Bernie Birnbaum, the manipulative bookie and fight fixer who double crosses mobsters and has a hit out on himself, causing a gang war. And he will grovel and plead for his own life. And when that works, just can't help himself and then try to double cross the person that saved him. Just a self-serving sleazebag if ever there was one.
Great one.
Fantastic list.
Yep. Good stuff.
Good.
All right, Doc.
I'm going to start off with a match there from one that Randy just rang off. So off his top 5. My number 5 is William H. Macy from Fargo, man. That's Jerry. You're right. The ultimate scumbag. What a sleazeball is, right? The practicing of the phone call, but hiring the hitman to take out his wife, to embezzle his father-in-law, steal money from the dealership that he works at. Just a scumbag, really. Love that call. So good call, Randy. I like that one, obviously. My number 4, I just went a different way. I love the Percy call, and if there was 11, I could have had him on there. I got Bob Gunton from Warden Norton from Shawshank.
Mm-hmm.
The evil, yes, everything else that goes with it, but a sleazeball when you get right down to it. He's embezzling money. He's got Tim Robbins doing all his dirty work for him, and it's all about him and the control. It revolves around him, and when every time the story arc goes towards him, it's all about him. So he's a scumbag. That's my number 4. Number 3, I was going to say everybody in the whole cast, except for the girl's name in the movie. So it's Something About Mary, and Cameron Diaz is not the scum or the sleazeball, but everybody else in the friggin' movie.
Everybody else is.
Feels like it.
But I'll just take Matt Dillon as Pat Healy, the investigator that gets hired by Ben Stiller to go find Mary for him. He's what a scumbag he is, man.
He is, but he's a funny ass scumbag in that. I tell you.
Look, they're all Christopher and friggin' the pizza delivery dude. They're all scumbags.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller's a scumbag for what he's doing in some senses too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like I said, the whole cast, but I'll cherry pick Matt Dillon out there. That whole cast is sleazeballs, really. Minus Cameron. My number 2, I got Lionel Barrymore, man, as Mr. Potter. I can't help it.
Oh yeah, good one.
That guy ruined people's lives just by not telling the truth, man, straight up, and messes the whole town, and almost people committing suicide because of what this guy does. Literally, what happened in the movie. So, you want to talk about a sleazeball? Yeah, he's a sleazeball, man. One of the best ever, maybe as you go in time in film. I can't get around my number 1. It's my favorite. It's going to be Paul Reiser as Carter Burke in Aliens.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite scumbag sleazeball character of all time, really, if you get right down to it. Guy wants to embed friggin' embryos and Ripley and Newton, send them back to the ship and blow up the planet and kill everybody else on the way. Sleazeball ultimate. Carter Burke.
I like it. All right, Brian.
Okay, number 5 for me. We at least got a trifecta here. I got Lester Diamond from Casino, played by James Woods.
Right on.
A human parasite, and who happily lives off of Ginger's wealth while encouraging her addictions and manipulating her emotions in every possible way. Really, the scene where he basically is exploiting her, and then when he's confronted by Ace, just like trying to deny everything and lying directly to his face, just shows you what kind of total scumbag this guy is. Just worthless human being. Number 4 for me, I've got Thomas F. Wilson as Biff Tannen from Back to the Future.
That's right there,
man. The classic neighborhood bully who combines his cowardice and entitlement all in one. He intimidates anybody that he perceives as weaker than himself. I think maybe if you go by the whole trilogy, his sleaziest moment would be the alternate 1985 timeline where he uses the time travel machine to build a criminal empire and trick Lorraine into marrying him after George's death. Number 3 for me, I've got Kevin J. O'Connor as Benny Gaber from The Mummy, the one with Brendan Fraser. That guy is a total scumbag in this. I mean, backstabbing at every turn, everybody. Even makes a deal with the Mummy himself at one point. Not a shred of loyalty in this guy. Selling out Rick and his friends to Emotep in exchange for treasure has got to be the lowest form of life that there could be. Number 2, we have a match here. I've got Bob Gunton playing Warden Norton from the Shawshank Redemption as well, mixing up and wrapping up corruption and religion. Publicly presents himself as this God-fearing man. Privately, he's just a criminal, mastermind who basically has a slave labor force and uses murder and financial fraud to prop himself up. Ordering the murder of Tommy Williams, who was going to actually testify that Andy was actually innocent. Maybe it's probably the sleaziest moment in there. And like Doc, number one has got to be Paul Reiser's Carter Burke. I mean, the gold standard for cinematic sleazeballs, in my opinion, outwardly polite and reassuring and professional, but every decision is calculated toward corporate greed and profits without any shred of decency whatsoever. Him that's secretly attempting to impregnate Ripley and Newt with a xenomorph embryo so that he could smuggle them, through back to Earth through quarantine has got to be like about as low as you can possibly
the master plan.
Exactly. I mean, they should have just smoked that son of a bitch as soon as they saw that he was acting like that,
Awesome. I can't believe 2 number ones in the same. That's
right
awesome.
on, buddy.
All right, I've got number 5 here. I've got Brian's favorite actor of all time, Richard Gere as Dennis Peck in Internal Affairs.
It's a really good call.
The crooked cop. He's investigated by Internal Affairs, led by Andy Garcia. He's a womanizer. He's manipulating his girlfriend or wife or whatever, and he's just slimeball 101. I mean, he's got it down. One of Gere's best performances really is an unlikable creep. Number 4, I went with the only woman on my list, and that was Charlize Theron as Eileen Wuornos in Monster. A total squeezy woman who lures men with sex and murder, revenge, and diabolical all the way through. She just transforms herself into this piece of shit. Excuse my language. Number 3, I went with the chalk here. Everybody else had it pretty much. And that's Doug Hutchinson as Percy from the Green Mile. Oh, my God. The sponge incident alone wins. And what he did to Mr. Jig, little mouse, he stomped him on the ground and takes your breath away. Number 2 is one nobody had, but I always think of this guy as one of the ultimate sleaze bags in movies, and that's Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant. A vile drug addict, degenerate gambler, has sex with nuns. I mean, just horrible human being. He's got that role down. And number 1, this is a small role, but it's a guy nobody's ever heard of, probably. Stuart Rudin as Miggs in Silence of the Lambs. Remember Miggs? Yeah. He's throwing stuff at bodily fluids at poor Clarice there, in the cell next to Anthony Hopkins, and hits her in the face. I'm just horrible. Anthony Hopkins, as Hannibal Lecter says, you won't have to worry about Miggs anymore. He sort of took care of him, made him eat his own tongue or something.
Yeah.
But he was a total scumbag. For that brief little scene, he makes the top of my list as the ultimate piece of crap.
Multiple Miggs.
Multiple Miggs. That's it.
Multiple Miggs.
Any honorable mentions you guys want to mention that we?
I did have Harry Ellis from Die Hard, and I had Mayor Larry Vaughn from Jaws, Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park, and my other one was I had Eddie Dane from Miller's Crossing as well. So,
wow.
I had Philip Seymour Hoffman from Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
Yeah.
And also the talented Mr. Ripley.
Really good.
And Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver was awesome.
That's a good one, too, as the pimp. Yep. Doc?
I had Matt Damon, once for Interstellar, and once for The Departed.
Oh, yeah. What a shit bag.
Yeah.
I had Jeff Goldblum in Silverado.
Yes.
Jim Cromwell in LA Confidential.
That's a good one.
And Anthony Heald. I also had, but I had the doctor. I had Dr. Shilton from Silence of the Lambs because he thinks everything revolves around him when he's doing it too. Like, oh, what are you doing here, Clarice? What's a lovely girl like you doing here in Baltimore and stuff? He's a scumbag as soon as you first meet him. From there on in. So, yeah. A couple scumbags in there too.
Hey, don't worry about it. Hannibal had him over for dinner.
That's right. I'm having a
I had a few. I had Jennifer Jason Leigh from The Hateful Eight. She really played a complete sleaze in that movie. Eric Roberts in The Pope of Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. My God, that's always stayed with me. Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl.
That's a good pick.
Terrible. And even though I like this movie and I like the lead characters, he is a scumbag, and that's Leo DiCaprio as the Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, totally crooked, and you know what he does to his wife and his friends, and good stuff.
That was fun.
Yeah, so that was entertaining at best. Give us some of your favorite scumbags in movies. Not favorite, but ones that stand out, memorable. We'd like to hear some that we missed. I like the Jerry Lindegaard pick that you guys had too. I somehow missed him from Fargo, but he definitely deserves to be on the list for sure. Thanks everybody for watching. Leave us some feedback and some scumbags. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.